Everyone, and welcome to another edition of Chapter 1 Read Aloud. Today, I'm going to be reading you the book The Night Diary. It's 1947, and India, newly independent of British rule, has been separated into two countries, Pakistan and India. The divide has created much tension between Hindus and Muslims, and hundreds of thousands are killed crossing borders. Half Muslim, half Hindu 12-year-old Nisha doesn't always know where she belongs, or what her country is anymore. When Papa decides it's too dangerous to stay in what is now Pakistan, Nisha and her family become refugees and embark first by train but later on foot to reach her new home. The journey is long, difficult, and dangerous, and after losing her mother as a baby, Nisha can't imagine losing her homeland too. But even if her country had been ripped apart, Nisha still believes in the possibility of putting herself back together. Told through Nisha's letters to her mother, The Night Diary is a heartfelt story of one girl's search for home and her own identity and for a hopeful future. It's an excellent book. I have read the whole thing. I'm only going to read you chapter 1 today, but the interesting thing is as I mentioned in the summary there, it is told in letters to her mother. So here we go, chapter 1 of The Night Diary. July 14th, 1947. Dear Mama, I know you know what happened today at 6 a.m., 12 years ago. How could you not? It was the day we came and you left. But I don't want to be sad today. I want to be happy and tell you everything. I'll start at the beginning. You probably already know what I'm telling you, but maybe you don't. Maybe you haven't been watching. I like turning 12 so much already. It's the biggest number I've ever been, but it's an easy number. Easy to say, easy to count, easy to split in half. I wonder if Ami thinks the same about you on this day, like I do. I wonder if he likes being 12. We woke up a little before 7. Ami and I usually sleep through our birth minutes, and then we wake up, we stand next to the last mark we etched into the wall with a sharp rock. No one else knows it's there. I do it for Ami and he does it for mine, and then we compare how much we've grown since last year. Ami has finally caught up with me. Papa says someday Ami will tower over all of us. That's hard to imagine. Papa gave me your gold chain with a small ruby stone hanging from it. He started giving me the jewelry when I was 7. Now I have 2 gold bangles, 2 gold rings, small emerald and gold hoop earrings, and the ruby necklace. Papa said I should save the jewelry for special occasions, but lately there are none, so I wear all the jewelry at once and never take it off. I don't know where he keeps all of it, but each year on my birthday, another piece appears at my bedside in a dark blue velvet box with gold trim. When you open it, the blue satin lining winks back at you. Papa always asks for the box back after I take out the jewelry. Secretly, I want the box more than the jewelry. I want it to be all mine and never have to give it back. I could find any old thing, a pebble, a leaf, a pistachio shell, and put it in that box. Like magic, these things would get to be special at least for a day. Maybe he'll let me have it when your jewelry runs out. I want to tell you about this diary I'm writing in. Kazi gave it to me this morning, wrapped in brown paper, tied with a piece of dried glass. He never gives me gifts on my birthday. I once read an English story where a little girl got a big pink cake and presents wrapped in shiny paper and bows for her birthday. I thought about the little gifts Kazi gives us all the time. Pieces of candy under our pillow, or a ripe tomato from the garden, sliced, salted, and sprinkled with chili pepper on a plate. Cake and bows must be nice, but is anything better than a perfect tomato? The diary is covered in purple and red silk, decorated with small sequins and bits of mirrored glass sewn in. The paper is rough, thick, and the color of butter. It is not lined, which I like. I've never had a diary before. When Kazi gave it to me, he said it was time to start writing things down, and that I was the one to do it. He said someone needs to make a record of the things that will happen because the grown-ups will be too busy. I'm not sure what he thinks is going to happen, but I've decided I'm going to write it in every day if I can. I want to explain things to you as if I'm writing a storybook, like the Jungle Book, except without all the animals. I want to make it real so you can imagine it. I want to remember what everyone says and does, and I won't know the ending until I get there. Kazi also gave Ami 5 charcoal drawing pencils. 5! He also made us rice kheer for our course. I'm not sure there's anything better tasting in the world. Ami, who normally eats too fast, makes his pudding last extra long, eating the smallest bites he can. I think he just does it so I have to watch him long after I've finished. Every so often, he'll look up and smile. I pretend I don't care. Sometimes he saves his sweets for me, but not rice kheer. Today, we were running late, though, and Ami couldn't spend forever eating his kheer because Daddy took our plates away and told us to get ready. Ami started grumbling about school and how he wished he was all grown up and he could work at the hospital like Papa instead. The drums sound better at the distance, Daddy said like she always does, and rushed us out the door. There's another secret, and don't be mad. Ami and I didn't go to school. We headed all the way out of town to the sugarcane field and tried to walk through it like a maze. We broke off pieces to chew. Later, we stopped under a shady tree. Ami found bugs to draw, and I read. After we bought potato pakoras at the roadside cart in town, hoping no one would ask why we weren't in school. The pakoras tasted crisp and extra salty. Ami thinks they're too salty, but I like the sting on my tongue, and that stays long after finishing eating. Ami would rather draw and play all day instead of going to school. He would rather do anything besides school. He draws very well. Did you know that? I don't hate school, but I don't want Ami to be alone on our birthday. When Papa finds out we didn't go to school, he'll be much angrier at Ami than he will at me. That's how it is with Papa and Ami. He doesn't always like that. Ami used to be Papa's favorite. I think because Ami was always louder, happier, and funnier than I am. But now, because Ami isn't small and cute, Papa is different. When we were about 7 or 8, Ami ran away. That's when it started. Papa came home from a long day at the hospital, and during dinner, he told Ami to stop smiling so much, and it made him look ridiculous. This only made Ami smile more. Then Papa said, Ami, you can't read. You play around too much and draw little pictures. You must be more serious, or you will be becoming nothing. Maybe I should leave, then you'll be happy, Ami said. He waited for Papa to say something, but Papa didn't. He just turned back to his food. Ami got up and walked straight out of the house. An hour went by and he didn't come back, so I went out to look for him. I looked everywhere, around the garden, the shed, Kazi's and Mahit's cottages, all the places he might go. I even looked in the pantry and in Papa's closet. Papa acted like nothing was happening, but I told Kazi that I couldn't find Ami anywhere and that he told Daddy and Daddy told Papa. So Papa went out with a lantern. I stayed awake in my bed wondering what I could do if Ami never came back. I couldn't imagine being in this house, in this life, without him. I heard Papa return and waited to hear Ami's voice or his footsteps, but I didn't hear anything and began to cry. Holding my doll D tight, at some point I fell asleep. When I woke up at first light, Ami slept soundly in his bed next to mine, and I wasn't sure if I had dreamed the whole thing. Ami, I said, poking him awake, standing over him, where did you go? Does Papa know you're back? Papa knows I'm back, Ami said in a dull voice. I walked into town, but then I kept going. I didn't want to stop, but Papa found me. Is Papa mad? I asked. Papa will always be mad at me. It doesn't matter if I smile or I don't smile. It's just not what he wanted. That's not true, I said, and put my hands on his shoulder. He turned away. He might have been right about Papa, though. Since that night he ran away, Papa always seemed angry at Ami for being Ami. All right, so that is chapter 1 of the Night Diary. I hope you enjoyed it and that you continue reading it on your own. Stay tuned each Friday for a different chapter 1 read aloud and some more book recommendations throughout the week.